Delco After Dark live music series. Live on. Hey, there we are driving by the Wawa corporate offices over at Red Roof. Hey, and there's some more Wawa. Hey, going through, heading to town to... Oh, Jesus. Hey, Frank's on the show as we head by the Sterling Pig, one of the places. And hey, that's where the coffee club used to be. Ah, the memories. You know what? Hey, there's me. Hey, I'm on the show too. This is like the State Street montage. This is like the heart of Delaware County. At least we didn't get hit by the trolley or nothing because, there's the trolley. Delco After Dark opening montage. Hey, stop by the Media Theater because, hey, and then you got to go by John's. O'Connell's over in Springfield. But we just sort of parked at the 2312 because we did, hey, Pinocchio's. Got to stop by Wawa and eat off the trash can because that's what you do. Delco After Dark. Come on, join us for a little bit. Singer-songwriter series. Right here on Twitch and Facebook. Right now.
Is it dark? And are you in Delco? Because if so, have we got a show tailor-made for that exact circumstance right here for you and yours from us and us. It's Delco After Dark. Go figure. That show, that event, that Friday night tradition that you do, not really sure why, but you keep doing it and watching beyond all reason, apparently, to these guys. And whomever they are able to drag on kicking and sometimes screaming. I mean, the screaming usually ends long before showtime, but you never know what's going to happen. Seriously, you never do, which gives it that surprise, kind of feel to it, like, ooh, what's going to happen? Hey. So let's see what surprises happen tonight on Delco After Dark.
I think I did. Oh, wait, there's more than just us. Okay, wait.
Oh, no.
Right out of the gate.
Oh.
Right.
We can get the mood started. You know?
Right out of the gate. Let's just begin with,
I sure am hungry. I couldn't get here fast enough. I am starving, man.
Oh, there's a problem.
About that.
Houston, we have a problem.
About that. Hey, everybody, welcome to Sad Dad. It's my good buddies, Joe, and I don't know if they're buddies, but they're people I know. I'm acquaintances. I've worked with them on occasion once in a while.
Here's actually sad, Carl, from earlier.
That is.
Do tell.
So why were you sad?
Well, I'm sad because on Friday, my good friend Joe says, "Hey, let's go stop by the brand new steak place, as well as other things, but cheesesteak place, Van Horn's over on Providence Road, 252, where the Wimpy's used to be, across from what used to be the Swiss Farms." And we go over there, and the place is packed. There's no place to park. I got to park over at Rose Tree School. And then I go wander by Maria's house, and I come over and have a cheesesteak. And it is banging. It is a very good cheesesteak.
All that and a box of...
And while I'm there, I look at the menu, and I'm like, well, we'll get this one and that one because we're going to do the cheese stakeout tonight. That's what I call it, cheese stakeout. I kind of typed
I came around ready.
I take... Well, you're going to stay ready.
Dinner. Yeah.
Oh, no.
So I was getting ready today. I was over at the theater and I run across Joe and his kids, and they're playing my drums, which is kind of cute. And he gets a message, and the message says, "You want to do it verbatim, or you can do it by memory pretty good, right, counselor?"
Van Horn's ran out of cheesesteak, closed because it's ran out of cheesesteaks.
Who does that?
So then I took a picture of...
I mean, what a wonderful problem to have, but not for us.
Yes.
Especially when when do I promote anything ever? I'm like, hey, tonight something's going to happen. No, it's not.
Well, you see, that's the power of advertising, guys. Sponsor Dad, and you'll be sold out too.
Boom, you were sold out right after I put that online.
Speaking of School of Rock tickets, they're still on sale.
I'd like to sponsor Dad. What do we need to do? Only 4,000 tickets left to go.
Luckily, you can pay me in tickets.
Yes, we do.
Sometimes you do.
Yeah, yes.
I'll tell you what. I don't know about you guys, but when Christmas comes around, I never get hit up for the shows, like stuff like in the first show of the season or like later. But those Christmas ones, that's when everyone comes to me. Hey, can I have some tickets? Hey, till the point where I'm almost like, hey, can I have 8 tickets? I'm like, I don't know about 8, buddy. I mean, sorry, Mom.
I know. I remember asking you for tickets for something totally different, but you still.
Oh yeah, what was that? I can't remember. It was
Longwood Garden.
That's right, and I totally it came up short for you too. Although I'll tell you what, though, I'm heading over there to give them some tickets. If you want to come along on that trip, we're like,
we'll
hey,
make
this
a
is
friend.
my assistant and his fiance. We need to walk the whole grounds and see where the thief, where your prospective prospective client was hiding.
The thief.
Yeah, I believe convicted murderer is what he likes to be called.
I don't like to say convicted murderer on the show.
just had a
Titles,
It's because you were kind of like ambulance chasing him down to try and get
Trying
his...
to track down his mom in South America. Yes.
For real?
For real.
Oh,
yeah,
my God.
Wow.
client who was,
So you'll need a process server in South America, I take it.
yeah, that's gonna be a pretty dumb penny, isn't it?
Yeah.
My processor needs 2 weeks in Rio de Janeiro, nowhere near where he's serving, but that's what he says.
It's all part of the due diligence. really.
exactly checking every area.
Funny, this is during Carnival.
Yes. Ash Wednesday is this Wednesday, I believe.
believe
Valentine's
so.
Day. I read.
Which is right after Mardi Gras on Tuesday, which people seem to be forgetting. Changed my profile picture to reflect such an event.
And we still have to do Crawdads?
Crawdaddies, yes, sir.
There's apparently I just saw an ad. There's a place somewhere around here that does it. They're a fairly new place. I mean, it's not Chesapeake Crab Company, but there's another one kind of vying for that spot. And apparently they do that. How do you get meat off of those things? They look the size of like.
Well, let's think of a shrimp, basically. But like a lobster that's the size of a shrimp. So you're going to be cracking and peeling, or you can go to those restaurants and have them do it for you on a nice etouffee or something. But
I always like a good etouffee.
yeah, who doesn't?
So look what Joe showed up with. He showed up with.
Yeah, well,
That's kind of like a cheesesteak, yeah.
I mean,
So this is my cheesesteak. I'm going to
Yeah,
get.
I see you had a few.
well, I mean,
Oh my God, he on XK.
yeah, I mean, I didn't come empty-handed, but I didn't come fully handed either. I must admit that, yeah, there was
I
no
debated.
way. Once they were open, that they were some had to be tasted. Plus,
Fair enough.
We wanted to make sure that they were good, because
They are good.
they are good.
They've always been good.
And
I mean,
so I had to try 2, 3, 12.
I could eat a pack of these.
I would have if it
Like it
wasn't for the
wasn't-
fact I knew you liked them.
I do. I love them. They're the best.
You got a good parking spot. You were both. That's why we have some left. He was close enough.
That is true. I almost forgot them in the car, and that might have been Freudian that I left them in the car thinking I want to eat them
A treat for the way home. Yeah.
God, can you imagine leaving these in the car on like a warm day and then they're all melted? You're like, oh, that's like
I'd
they're
still
like
eat
losing a child.
Yeah.
No,
I
do.
Yeah.
Oh, you still eat them? With like a knife and fork?
It's like just one big
One
cookie.
big thing, yeah, just eat like a piece of cake. I mean, I'm not gonna let a $5 thing of Girl Scout cookies go to waste.
Well played. Well
We used to sell these. We used to sell, my daughter and I would stand outside in the cold. We always did it in March. Is that when they
The
sell
funny
these?
thing is, his daughter wasn't a Girl Scout, so they're
No.
trying to figure out how he became.
But Carl was.
Cookie
Yeah, we
seller-
just snuck in.
Cookie seller of the year, but yet was not actually.
We do it in the cold out in front of whatever Swarthmore, like the CVS is over there, the 320 Cafe and stuff like that. We'd sell them out in front of there. Man, it was cold.
Yeah, it's pretty warm right now.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Although they are predicting snow for.
So speaking of predicting, I didn't predict you to be here until a little bit later. I was going to make Blair sing. I was going to play some tunes and make Blair sing.
we saw SpongeBob and E.T. Richardson. Good shout out to Lily
Nice.
Jo Shelkin, the SpongeBob. She was excellent, as well as the rest of the cast. I believe they have one more show tomorrow afternoon.
sold out. Or?
Pretty close. It was sold out tonight almost. I mean, it had to be. I mean, it's a big auditorium at the school, and there had to be at least 350 people.
That's over on Woodland Avenue in Springfield, right?
Yeah, right there on So and they did a great job. Fun show, lots of fun. Everybody was having a great time. I think they had like 50 kids on stage. I mean, it was just
Holy cow!
Amazing.
Were they all
So-
mic'd?
Not all of them. In fact, there was one, the reporter. I'll give a shout out to whoever the reporter was. She didn't have a mic, but you could hear her actually at the high school down the street, which was amazing.
I hear they have a good sound man, though. Yeah.
Does my heart good.
Yeah.
But when I grew up, when we did shows back at Pencrest when I was a kid, we didn't have mics.
No, I don't
and we had an orchestra in front of us. And somehow, I mean, maybe people were just being nice, but somehow they still heard us. I don't know how that worked, but
Yeah, I don't remember. I mean, I did a lot of stuff. The players cover the young people's, and we never had a microphone, and we didn't even have any PZMs or anything on the floor.
Or Jack Louise, right?
and that's how
Yeah,
they do it.
yeah. So if there are tickets left for tomorrow, and you can get a hold of one, highly recommend it.
Might be
So,
scalpers out in front.
Yeah.
Be like, hey.
And now the soundtrack, they've got, I mean, all the rock stars are on that again. Aerosmith.
Really?
Yeah. A lot of different people write songs for that particular
Yeah.
show. So,
Now
yeah.
this is the youth version, which is about an hour and 15. That's why
So they
it's not
cut a
the
few,
full version. Cut a few, but it was
Honestly, that's what every musical should be.
yeah, especially those Weber shows. Yeah, they should probably
I do love. You and I have had this discussion.
Yes.
You love Aspects of Love, which I think is a steaming pile of horseshit, and I love.
Don't say it.
Don't hold
And
back.
I love Sunset Boulevard,
Yeah,
which you think is a
As long as
vomit-induced
you didn't say
rectum.
the C word.
Well, how many? I
The C
don't.
word gives me fleas. Is that bad?
But also, and somewhere in the middle of that is School of Rock, right?
Yes.
'Cause, I mean,
Well,
That squeaked by, yeah.
Yeah.
you don't. I mean, when you think of School of Rock, you don't
Well,
necessarily
Julian
think
Fellows
of.
also was part of the book for that.
Really?
Yeah, the one. Yeah, if you read, yeah. So
Who knew?
There's a bunch of his shows that squeaked by that people forget, like Starlight Express.
I was going to say
that
Starlight
didn't
Express.
squeak by. That just went.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to be
I would
nice here.
love to
I'm,
see
I'm
I
still
saw
looking
it
for
on
work, you know. So
Yeah,
You saw it?
Yes. What was that? The mid '90s. I think it was open for a month and a half, and by the end, the tickets were like so cheap. My mom's like, "We can go."
and you get a free pair of roller skates.
Yeah.
I was going to say, because like Act 1 is all roller skating, or
Yes.
2, or most of
think
it, or
most of
some
it
of it?
was.
And
Yeah.
it's all around the theater. I remember it was a great spectacle, but it was not theater. Like, I mean, roller derby would have been much more fun to watch, I think,
Have you ever seen a roller derby match?
I
They're
believe
really cool.
on TV. I remember
Or,
back in the 90s, they used to, like, it used to be on
I've been to
TV.
the.
It was that James Caan movie, Rollerball. Remember?
Rollerball, yeah.
That was just nasty.
Yeah.
And Donald Sutherland, I think, was in it too.
I believe
think.
you're right.
Wow.
But no, roller derby with like girls with like the blockers and stuff.
Yeah,
when
like-
you watch it, they are tough.
Women from the Amazon? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it is. And you get to watch them just go around and around and around.
And then wham, one of them goes flying up,
Yeah.
another one goes down, there's a
Well,
concussion.
one of them they take one from the back and they like fling them forward. They probably
and I still don't know what the point of it is. Like, well, who's supposed to get around faster or what? There is an actual
think-
game to it.
I think each team has like one person specifically, like usually it's the lightest person or the smallest, and where they just, that one has to go across the line before anyone else, and how many times that one leads versus the other one. So the whole team is like, they're almost like the ball. So they have to make sure that person gets ahead of the line before the other one, I
Nobody
think.
want to be the ball in that.
I think.
Yeah.
But they beat the shit out of each
Yes,
other.
like it's no, and like there's
and
no
they
fouls.
look great doing it, let me tell you.
I mean, best hair ever of any sport. Out
Yeah, that too.
there. Yes, we're looking at
This moment that he fucked up.
So Blair, a long time. What have you been up to? What you been doing? Anything interesting?
No, it's been things have just been busy. Everything around here is pretty much shut down as far as audition wise. So I've been up in New York quite a few times, and we'll see.
What's that like when you go up there and do that? Is there a central location that you always go to? Or you
Yeah,
go
yeah.
wherever
There's like 3 main hubs there. Actors Equity has a spot, a theater there. And there's one like literally right across the street from Penn Station Pearl Studios, and they have 2 outlets there. So it's a pretty easy in and out. Yeah, it takes a half a day getting there and back. So if you're lucky, you stack a few of them in there. Go see folks when you're in there. So.
Do you do the train or do you just drive?
I go to Hamilton and I take the Hamilton train. That's my go-to. So
Yeah.
there's like a couple of them that are expresses, so you're in and out so quick. It's freaking fantastic.
And how many do you pack in during a day? Like 2 or 3, or it just doesn't matter. Whatever you
One
get.
great one is wonderful, but I've gone to some where lately it's people you have to sign up early with Equity, and then you get there, and then a lot of times, like I'd say 20-30% of the people don't show up, so you get bumped up. So then you go like, oh, I can run across the hall and sign up for this one and go over there and sign up. So
wow.
it's been pretty cool. And you meet a lot of cool people, a lot of good friends and whatnot. So
That's pretty cool. You've actually been there for some of those, right? Have you
Yeah,
ever sat in?
yeah,
What's it like on the other side of the table?
Well, I mean, it's not pressure for me because I certainly am not involved in any of the casting. But it was kind of cool to see how professional actors audition. The process, it's like a cattle call almost. And it's just a cadre of people of all sorts, but yet all very professional and. I mean, just amazing. You're like, wow, that was amazing. Then the next one comes, you're like, no, that one was amazing. And then the next one comes, you're like,
forget what I said about the first one.
yeah, oh my word, I don't remember the first one now. So I was like, how are they going to pick? How are they going to decide who they want? So any good things that you actually auditioned for? That you can tell us about?
Yeah, most of them right now. I mean, I was up there for Tommy. I was up there for Lost Boys, Dead Outlaw, a couple of other workshops and stuff. So it's just good, just getting in the room. I mean, that's just a wonderful feeling to be in, especially if you're lucky enough to see the actual musical director, or like David Yazbek, for instance, or he's in the room or something like that. So there are some cool things for that, and it's just anytime you get to try it. So I mean, I look at that as a performance. To me, that's a win. Just getting in that room.
I've seen actors talk about that. They just do
gotta
it, and it's a thing, and then move on. Don't
change the paradigm. You can't
You
go
can
in there.
psych yourself out, kind
You can.
of.
Oh yeah, you can be
So
in a
not
room.
everybody actually gets in the room.
Oh yeah, well, some if they don't have the number, they don't have with the Equity calls.
They walk out and they
sometimes-
kind of cut like everyone it's.
Like
Yeah.
a jury duty.
What's happened?
That's
I've
exactly
also,
like it is. I think. Yeah.
It's exactly right. So, and if you're late, if you miss it, then you get back in the line again, and you have to sit and wait and wait and wait. If you do have a number and you walk out and they don't see you, they will have to, by union rule, get you another appointment, separate appointment. So sometimes that's worth it too. But you're gonna waste
whole
time.
day.
So yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not worth it. I'd rather get in there and see. I mean, you just can't get nervous. You have to treat that as a performance.
We were just talking about that, because my son's trying out outside the media theater on Monday
Nice.
for the first time ever.
Where?
Down at the Wilmington Drama League, they're doing Bonnie and Clyde, and so he has young Clyde's part down. Has had it down for almost a year now.
It was amazing.
Last
Yeah.
time.
He'd be kind of an adorable
And
young
we're
Clyde.
talking about that, how actors and litigators, you kind of have to go in there thinking you're the best, right? Otherwise, you don't have the chance. But then you have to show that vulnerability. Like you're literally going in, and you know that there are 20, 30 other people, maybe more, that are just as good as you are. And so
What sets you apart?
Right. What sets you apart, and then that the vulnerability of you might not get picked, even though you are the best as well.
There's a lot of that.
And how do you counter the kind of not the ego, but the self confidence you need to get on stage, but yet the vulnerability of auditioning. Like it really is, and Will and Maeve just went the audition process with Seussical, callbacks and all that. And they got in, but it was it's always nerve wracking.
Oh, they made it to Seussical, huh?
Yeah,
they were able to get in? Oh, that's good.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Talented kids. Actually, they are. They're talented.
Yeah, yes. But I mean, it's just we're literally just having that discussion that putting yourself out there, and then means like, what does vulnerable mean? So we kind of explain that basically opening yourself up to possible ridicule and feedback you don't want to hear, but you need to hear.
It's called being a grown-up.
Yeah, and so I'm not sure it was a good discussion with my 10-year-old who's going to audition on Monday, but he internalizes things a lot. So I'm hoping that he took that the right way. That hey, this is just the process and just the experience of it.
Now, does he go there? Does he go there and audition with a piece from the show? Or
he is going to. So we actually asked around to see whether we should do that or not.
Yeah.
And because that part is so specific. I mean, it's a small part in the show. I don't know if you've ever
remember.
seen- Yeah. So it's really the opening song where they're in part of the song, and then I believe they come
Couple
back once or
times,
twice
yeah.
for some soliloquies. And so it's the same song though. So why not audition with this only song that young Clyde sings?
That's not a community theater, is it?
Yes.
Oh, it is?
Yeah,
Oh.
the Wilmington Drama
When you
League,
go
yeah.
down, ask them if they want. I'll tell you what. I've got all this. I've got the whole sound package for it that I'm never going to use again.
No, thank you. I don't need an accompanist. I've got it right.
Yeah. Well, I have the whole we brought my.
Oh my God,
Who
you
did
want the
bring
car?
with you? Well, that is my voice teacher. And that's my piano teacher. That's my sound guy over there. So if I
Hey,
don't
how's it
sound
going?
good, yeah.
Boom
"Sir, you have
chakalaka."
Son, you have a microphone? I'm like, yes. My sound guy needs to set up for me first.
I'm gonna need a minute.
1 2 1 2 already.
Yeah. He's going out. So my sound guy says the acoustics are not good
boom.
in this theater, so I'm just not going to be able to do this. Yeah.
But think about how many industries do you know have job interviews that last 30 seconds,
Right.
and that makes
That's
or breaks it. So my advice, I think, and
Some of them are 30 seconds.
if you get
What
get
is
through,
it? What is it, 3 bars of music? I mean, I think that's what our.
you should get
12 bars.
16 or 32 is what you're
32,
supposed to
that's
get.
it.
But I've been to
32 bars.
places where they've called you and they said, okay, we need 8, and I'm like, really? Just a noise? Thank you.
How do you warm up for that? You're in a hallway with like 100 other
You
people.
got to just stay in the zone. I think a lot of it really is, and I've just learned this from talking to directors and casting people. If you've gotten this far, they know you can sing. They want to see you tell a story. They want to see you break through and be human. Be a human being. That's like the best.
Kind of touch them, sort of thing.
Don't reach out and touch someone. Yeah. No, you don't want to sit there and just blast their faces off. He knows what I'm talking about. You want to be human. You want to appear human. They want to be able to say, I can work with this person. And I think that's, for better or for worse.
And be able to take direction. I think sometimes that's important too. But I mean, I remember, going to law school, and the first day of law school, like, listen, all of you guys were A students in college, so somebody's getting B's and C's here, So,
Well, that's like paper chase. Look to your left, look to your right.
yeah, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad at Villanova. Maybe at Harvard,
Gentlemen,
but,
look
yeah.
to your left. He's a prick. To your right, he's a douchebag.
Yes. Look at yourself.
You're an idiot.
Yes.
You're more than likely an idiot.
Yes.
This is on PBS.
And the percentage of people they go to law school and graduate and become lawyers. Can you nail that and say, like 60% make it?
What?
40%?
I would imagine what?
I'm just curious.
Yeah, I mean, the dropout rate usually after the first or second semester is rather large compared to other schools. Not as bad as like freshman year at West Virginia, but it can be 10 to 15% where they're not there after the first semester. And
No shit.
And then the bar exam. I mean, the pass rate in Pennsylvania I think is 82%. So and that's one of the higher ones. That Delaware is like.
Well, I know people
70.
sometimes take it several times.
Yes, I swear, no, I did not take it several times. In fact, I always say my first jury trial was 2 months after I passed the bar. So I passed the bar in November of 2003, and January 2004, I was doing my first jury trial because nobody else wanted to do it.
What?
And they're like, don't worry, if you lose this one, you're supposed to. They told me that afterwards.
So what would be like a question on the bar? Would it be like just like would it put you in a situation, or would it be like specific
mostly a
laws
fact
or?
pattern. So you study for the bar, and then it's multiple choice tests. You're like, oh, multiple choice, but then you realize that the multiple choice question is half a page, and you got to come up with a black and white decision on a half a page fact pattern. Where you're, or it might say, what are the 3 reasons in Pennsylvania why you can get a divorce, no fault divorce, or what are the 3? I remember the one exam question I got off, which is kind of funny because I became a prosecutor. What are the 3 levels of homicide? First, second, and third degree murder, and what do they mean? What's first versus second versus
They always get
third.
you on the detail.
Well, okay. Since we don't know it, let's see if we can guess it. I mean, first is pre-planned, right? First is like, premeditated. Like you paid for the guy to shoot whatever.
Well, that is conspiracy to commit murder.
Oh, that's different.
Yeah, you didn't pull the trigger. You're still just as liable, but pulling the actual murder charges, you pulled the trigger, but you're lying in wait.
So if I paid for someone to kill you, and then
hypothetically,
I said I wouldn't do it. Stop asking.
I don't. Yeah,
there's cookies. So if I paid for someone to kill you and they did it, is that 2 separate trials? So or do they get? I mean, is that like if I paid for the guy? You know what I'm saying? If I pay, do I sit next to him?
You probably do.
Okay.
Yeah, if they got you now, if they get you later, then no. And you could ask to try and have the trials severed, but the fact
it was all him.
It was all him.
Yeah, but she was a. Anyway, okay, so that's first degree. Second degree, is that the one where the guy just freaks the fuck out and he's just like he didn't plan it, or what's second?
No.
Wait, let's give him a chance.
What if
Do we have Jeopardy
there's a street fight or something like
There's
the
a
guys
correct-
punch,
there's a
punch,
correct- I
punch,
gotta put a
punch.
Jeopardy one on
Then the person loses the fight and then eventually dies. Is that person not second?
No,
Okay.
No. So second is felony murder. So if a homicide happens in the engagement of felony, like you go to commit a bank robbery, which is sort of a felony, and you're the
second. It's okay. Go ahead.
And
Yeah.
So you're the driver of the vehicle, and somebody shoots, one of your conspirators shoots the teller, you could be charged with felony murder because it's in the commission of felony.
Does that happen a lot? I mean,
it can. Certainly,
Or do they usually take that and they kind of plea that other guy to a little bit down so you can like get more information?
So felony murder is third, and then third degree is all other murder. So all intentional killing. What you're talking about is manslaughter, heat of passion. You come in, the normal fact pattern is your spouse is having relations with another person, and you kill that person in the heat of passion.
As you do.
Yes, that's called manslaughter, which is lower down than actual homicide.
That's just a misdemeanor, is what he's saying.
No, it's still a felony, but it's not a statutory life or death felony.
What? Oh, manslaughter's not like in life or death.
No.
It's just like.
Yeah, 60.
Is manslaughter ever a death penalty?
No. In fact,
Wow.
neither. First degree murder is death penalty, and in Pennsylvania, it has to be. You can't get death penalty for third or second degree murder.
Huh.
Yeah.
And third is just everything that's not 1 and 2. It's kind of like exclusionary.
But still an intentional killing. It's still not I got no bar fight and the guy, we're beating the crap out of each other. Like you do a punch.
You punch him in the throat. And you
punch him in the temple
like
somewhere.
Do. You choke him out like you do.
You see what happens when we don't have a cheesesteak? That this is where we
get down to.
We start with
more than reckless.
I almost got a Wawa pizza for you all, so it could have been worse.
Or a gobbler. Oh wait, no, that's only during.
Oh my God, I do love a gobbler. That's such trash food.
We went from Andrew Lloyd Webber to felony murder
to a gobbler
in a matter of minutes.
Andrew Lloyd Webber's shows should probably.
They kill.
Charged with felony
How
murder.
many shows did he do? I think.
How many shows did he kill?
There's a lot. There's actually a lot. Yeah. Okay. Just go ahead, Joseph.
Wait. Hold on. Before you start, how many do you think you can name? I love games like this. How many, or which one do you want? Let's let the professional actor do it.
Yeah.
How many? Don't list them out. Don't list them out in your brain right now. Just think of a number. What do you think? I'm going to say, can you do 7?
Actually,
you think you do 7?
That actually are they?
Is this a game? Was this a game where I can guess 3 things or?
Yeah. But you get. We clearly get because we haven't auditioned.
Let me ask.
for them.
Okay, defining it is it just published or it ran somewhere? Because there are shows that didn't make it to Broadway that he did, or that.
I'd love to hear about those, but let's get the ones that everyone would probably know, like the big ones.
The funny thing is they probably will know 3 to 5, and there's probably more. Like I'm going to say 13 or 14. I'm going to guess. Yeah, I'm going to guess.
And how many do you think you can name?
On the cuff, probably somewhere between 8 and 10, maybe.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
Do it.
All right. There's no time. We'll be here a while, guys.
Wait, there should be a hold on. Wait. No. No.
That's only if he gets 6. We'll have different sound effects for
Yeah.
each number.
No. There's one
I can't
that's a
believe I'm talking
belt.
about Andrew Lloyd Webber. That's what you got me on this show to do.
You've come to hell.
Yeah. No, if you start singing them.
Ah,
Not you singing, but the actual show.
I was trying to
we
find
know,
a little
we know.
bell, like a
If you
little
think-
coin
if you
belt.
start singing memories or even think, if anybody even thinks the song memories, I will.
well, we'll start. Well, let's start. We do that.
Go ahead,
We'll start
Greg.
with cats.
The C
Okay.
word. Yeah,
The
I
C
like
word,
it.
exactly.
I've got opinions on that.
Yeah. Pete Pyle,
We got.
crap.
We mentioned Starlight Express.
Yes.
We have Whistle Down the Wind. We have The Lady in White. We have not Promises. No.
What's his other
Evita.
Evita, yep. No, but his other
Phantom of the Opera. Where are we here? Love Never Dies.
The other love one.
Oh, Aspects of Love, correct. And Jesus Christ Superstar. And where are we?
Sunset Boulevard.
Yeah, Sunset Boulevard.
Boulevard, nothing rhymes with Boulevard, so it's a Boulevard.
And like 13/8 time or whatever that was.
Yes.
Yeah.
13 time.
There are more.
This would be Jesse's favorite
Stephen Ward.
episode.
Stephen Ward. That's one.
Oh my God, I don't-
And anybody in chat want to help me out?
What was his first one?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Joseph, wasn't it?
I want to say it was Joseph.
Joseph was his first published.
Published one.
Yeah, that actually, when
That Lady in White one is,
I never knew about Lady in White.
And Whistle Down the Wind was actually an interesting old movie that
And
he
School of
redid.
Rock, he had a
School
hand
of
in.
Rock.
Yep.
Jesus, why didn't I think of that? Yeah. Some of the
Jesus
newer
Christ,
ones. Yeah.
Superstar. He didn't.
So,
he wasn't with Joseph.
how many
He
is
did
that?
Joseph though, did he?
He did Joseph? Yeah.
Oh, he did Joseph.
Yeah.
Okay.
He trampled with the religions for a while. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Then he just started remaking old movies.
Yeah, Sunset.
So how far did we get? I was in.
You got like
13.
11, 13. That was
I'm
pretty
sure
good.
there's
Somebody
more.
texted
Yeah.
me about one. I don't know.
No, that's
That's
just.
somebody. Okay. Anybody else?
Can I write this
That
off
was
as a
impressive.
business?
No, it's just Bobby.
Homicide.
Bobby's the only one in
Hey,
chat.
Bobby.
Look at it. It's all Bobby. He's like the fourth member.
The thumbs. Yeah, look at it.
I passed the bar a few times, then turned around and went in.
That's
I think everybody's prepping for Super Bowl tomorrow. Hey, what are your Super Bowl predictions for tomorrow? Who cares, right?
Green Bay Packers.
I think it's Taylor
Like funny.
Swift. Wait,
it's
what?
it's really hard to tell because both their costumes look the same.
very
with the
similar.
yeah,
It's
right.
gold and red,
and
right?
Red,
But
right.
this one, I really would have liked the Lions. Exactly. I really would have liked the Lions versus the Ravens. I would have. I think underdog
yeah,
Well, the
those-
Lions has a
blue.
an Upper Darby guy, right? Or no? Somebody
Oh.
Media Elementary.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he
states
listed- he
when
listed
states
Media
his
Elementary.
School.
That's
he
right.
did go to college and graduate, but when he states his school, he says Media
They're like
Elementary.
Obsequan
Yeah, my wife
Phillips,
told me
Media
that.
Elementary.
I have to give my wife a shout out to that one. I'm not the sports person. Yes, so
That's pretty cool. And Ravens, of course, local guys for the most part. And the Eagles were very interesting this year. But yeah, I don't know. You
Did
know
they
what?
play? Did they play this year? Yeah.
But they played amazingly.
yeah,
Yeah,
the
you
first
know.
half of the season.
It's amazing. I don't think I'm going to watch the Super Bowl this year. I think I'm going to. Yes, that's a great one.
Nailed it.
That's a good one.
You know what the commercials, right?
Yeah, we have
Yeah.
we predicted. So last year, Babe and I, my daughter, we predicted the first commercial being Dunkin' Donuts. And so we're on a streak. She's going with Dunkin' Donuts again. I'm going with Taco Bell just as a change it up to see. So nobody else in my family has predicted.
Well, I predict that there's going to be a truck commercial.
Will predicted Media Theater as the first commercial. I told him that there is.
That's more than the
chance.
budget of
Yeah,
the
yeah, that's
entire
where-
year.
Unless you know somehow to hack into.
That's where the money went,
ABC's,
yeah.
that's where the money went. I wish. That would have been cool.
The best 30 seconds of your life.
Yeah, right there with my name on the front of the theater. Yeah, that's perfect.
He's got to make a
Some guy in
billboard.
California is going, "Who's Joe?"
Not the theater. Yeah.
That was going to go on for a while.
This one's not copyrighted, huh?
It's the guy from Matrix. He's like, I hate this place. I hate you people. It's the smell.
See, Bobby says a beer drinking commercial. Yeah, that makes sense.
There will
my wife
probably
usually is on
be
Beer?
a beer drinking
Will be
commercial.
ple-
One, the
present, yeah.
champagne of beers.
I should have said that earlier, but yeah,
Nah.
just found that one.
Just snip, edit.
yeah. Did we finish all our murder ones? Anybody else have any questions else? Anybody
Well,
thinking about committing murder or otherwise?
I remember the one time when I was asking you, will I go to jail?
Oh yes, the will I go? Do you have more of them?
Ah, good questions.
Oh, here we got outside cat. Look, he was outside. Go ahead.
They have new sentencing guidelines that started in January, so it's very confusing. They now have letters involved and everything else, and any lawyer who does criminal law is reeling over the fact that That these
She was at the front. That was my Alexa that I just recently installed on the back door, so it's like I can tell when people arrive and show up.
Don't be rude.
Oh my God, we got to talk a little
about that.
Will there be a political spot during the Super Bowl?
Has there ever?
It could be. You got some
You got
money
the money.
flying around. Anybody?
Well, that would just make.
Oh,
it
what are we doing our own bets over? I got a pen.
Yeah.
Are we doing our over? Okay, let me get a pen. We'll do our over under bets on. Will there be? I'm going to say yes.
Red rum.
I'll also get glasses for our drink.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Which drink are we? Oh yeah, the soda.
The second one.
Oh, or the Maker's Mark.
Oh, we can do that too.
Just line them up. So who's out there in chat land? We have Bobby. We have Melissa.
I know my wife is listening, but she doesn't usually chat.
I think my fiance is
She just
sleeping
gets
by now.
embarrassed.
Well, she's probably fell asleep. The topics.
Yeah, a little bit of law,
She's like,
a little bit of theater. Angela Weber. I mean, can we do Sondheim shows next? I think I might be better at Sondheim than I am at Weber.
amen.
What are you guys talking about?
We're talking
Sports,
about all the topics.
sports,
Yeah.
sports.
We're going to see Villanova play Seton Hall tomorrow. So it's my wife's Christmas present. Yep. I'm the only man I know that can get their spouse, their female spouse, tickets to a game, and she somewhat likes it. I don't know. If that,
Nice.
Oh, she loves it. I don't. She'll tell you that she doesn't want to go, but when we get there and and have fun. We were there a couple of years ago when Jay Wright was still coaching, and we were close enough. I swear she could probably gotten to him before they tased her. That's how close we were. And she was, I think, she didn't say it out loud, and she'll kill me for saying this. She probably was contemplating whether or not she could have, gotten that close. She, and then we went to the theater the year he retired. The next week we were at Villanova Theater watching Curtains, and
That seems like a boring thing to do.
now great show actually, murder mystery show.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean that? Oh, okay.
Yeah, and my daughter goes, we're in the lobby at halftime, at intermission.
Intermission.
And she goes, is that Jay Wright over there? And I'm like, my wife looks over, there was Jay Wright.
No
With his
shit.
wife. Yeah, come to see the show. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
And he's just standing there, and people didn't realize who he was at first. So we just we figured, yeah, we
Don't-
did, we didn't.
don't
But
bug
you
the
don't
guy.
want to.
They walk amongst
All he
us.
wants to do is.
They walk a brush with greatness.
All he wants to do is see the show. So we did not go over. So
Oh, there you go. That's what we need.
yeah.
Political ad. Yes or no? I said yes.
Any political ad? It doesn't have to be a T or B one.
Let's do the big one. Yeah.
Okay, so it has to be a
Big one?
T or B.
Yeah, sure.
And we have to predict which one.
No, either
Okay.
one. Will there be a political ad during the Super Bowl? I say yes.
I say no.
Okay.
I think Jesus ad is going to be back.
So that's a no political ad. You don't think? You
Does
think?
Jesus-
No, that's a Jesus ad.
What's the Jesus ad?
Jesus knows us. It's just something. It was a big thing last year, and they spent a fortune. So I know they had like 2 or 3 ones. I don't know if they're Mormon or if they're just a Christian, but it's a Jesus followers with a lot of money.
But they're not predicting a political candidate. or
No. This
No,
is just
okay.
another commercial. That I
I'm
guarantee.
talking about, do you think that
Yeah.
there's going to be a Trump or Biden commercial at any time during the Super Bowl? And this is kickoff to closing, right? Because the pre-show does
Yes.
not count.
Yeah.
So
I feel like
after
if
kickoff.
Well,
I feel like
it's-
if one buys, the other one will.
Has to.
The camp will know, and they'll buy a spot.
Yeah, so this is
immediately,
a yes or no.
It's a yes or
Do you think
both.
they have spies in each other's camps,
Oh yeah, there's people. Yeah.
or at least dime droppers? I mean, I'm guilty of
I mean,
that.
I don't know
God
if
knows.
spies is the right word because it's not like espionage. It's
No.
not like a different country.
Just people talk. People know each other and they talk.
I mean, it's not corporate espionage, but it's political espionage,
Well, and,
right?
and these people, I mean, the political experts, the hacks they hire will go with either side. I mean, they're not in it because they believe in one
Right.
side or the
The,
other.
the spin guys, yeah.
Think of the marketing companies. Think of the TV production
Yeah, I
people.
mean, there are ones that are
They're friends,
Democrat
yeah.
powerhouses like Carvel and
This is James Carvel.
yeah.
Who would love more than to sit down with Cookie Puss? And he brought his friend Fudgy the Whale. Remember that? Remember Cookie Puss and Fudgy the Whale?
Well, and he's the one that coined that Pennsylvania was Philadelphia and Pittsburgh with Alabama in the middle.
Hey, Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania, indeed.
It really is.
So
I
that's
always
how-
thought Pittsburgh was
Right,
just as big as Philadelphia, and boy, is it not.
Not even close.
Dude, it's barely a city. I mean, no offense, Pittsburgh. Like,
It's within a county. I mean, Philadelphia is its own county. Allegheny County encompasses around the city of Pittsburgh, which was what 250. It's a full quarter of the size of Philadelphia.
dude. Well, and also just Upper Darby. Someone has told me that Upper Darby is
69,000 is the
Upper Darby's
biggest
so
township.
big. It's one of the biggest.
township in the country. No,
It really
No,
is.
Upper Darby?
Oh, I know.
Township,
Isn't
not
that
a city,
crazy?
it's not, yeah, but it's the biggest township.
See, Chris, you gotta tune in.
I mean, and the city of Chester is smaller than the township of Upper Darby.
I can see that.
Yeah,
Wait, what?
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah, city of Chester is only like 40,000.
No shit.
Yeah.
There you go. You're learning on Dad tonight.
Yeah.
Sad
And
Dad
there's
with no
a city, a
cheesesteak.
township, and a borough, right? So it's
What is the difference between a city and township?
so there's
and
different classes and different requirements for each one. So there are first class cities are the first class, like Philadelphia and Pittsburgh, second class, third class. Chester's a third class city, I think.
Is it a numeral? Is it a numeral? Is it a number that pushes them into the next class?
So it could be a number
or land
you don't
area.
have to go up. So like Upper Darby could be a third class city.
Yeah.
9,000, but it chooses.
Go
not
look at
to.
its high school.
It changes its whole structure. You know, its governmental structure. So you like. There's townships of the first class, second class, and third class, and boroughs, which are the smallest. So boroughs have like a weak mayor system. You know, so they have a mayor, but they're really not necessarily in charge like in a city. And then townships usually have commissioners, which are basically take the legislative and the executive job. So each commissioner is a commissioner.
So media is a borough.
Borough.
What's Wallingford?
Wallingford is not a town. That is a postal address. Nether Providence Township.
Ah, so it falls in Nether Providence.
Yes.
Okay.
Is it,
Like Rose Valley. Rose Valley.
Rose Valley's a
Wallingford.
borough. Yeah.
But is it same thing with like media has a borough, then a township around it?
No.
Or
So
does
it's the
not?
borough of media that has a borough council
Okay.
with a mayor.
All right.
And then there's another Providence Township that has its own commissioners. So it's a second class township. And so it has 7 commissioners. One commissioner's in charge of zoning and planning. One commissioner's in charge of public safety. And so they have usually a specific job with a township manager. And then Upper Providence is a township as well, but it's a township with a home rule charter. So they change a little bit. Same thing with Concord. So there's all these nuances. I have a master's in public administration. So I used to teach city and suburban planning and there's a lot of nuances to why
I'd love
move
to make
up
a
and why
joke.
not.
I'd love to make a joke and go, sounds exciting, but it does sound kind of interesting. At
It
least,
is kind
you
of,
know?
I mean,
Oh,
'cause,
yeah.
you know, you'll ask Will, Wallingford, nobody lives in Wallingford. It's a postal address. It doesn't like, they don't. vote in Wallingford.
19086.
You know, because I live in Media then. My postal address is Media, but my taxes.
Your
go-
house, and I know this because I personally delivered it,
yeah.
is in the media. It came
Yeah.
out of the media office.
Yes. Now they all come out Chester.
The ones from Wallingford do, yeah. They come out of, and the Springfield, strange enough, comes out of
Moreland,
Clifton Heights. Springfield comes out of Clifton Heights. Used to come out of media for some
right.
strange reason.
Yeah. But like all of Upper Providence is Media Post Office. All of Middletown Township is.
Yep.
Chester Heights, I think, is Media Post Office.
Yes,
The
that used to be
Media
part of my
Post
run.
Office address is much bigger than the borough of Media. So I always ask if you.
Oh, it goes into Broomall. I mean, it butts up right to the edge of Broomall. So yeah.
So Edgemont, I think parts of Edgemont are in Media Post Office.
Yeah.
So, but yes, and there's a lot of the other problems. All that part behind the Acme is all media. So really about
It is, but it's delivered by. Is it delivered by media or Wallingford though? I can't remember.
Well, Wallingford is just a post office now. I don't think there's any. I mean, I think they're only there part time too. Like it's not open all the time anymore. So I don't know. We don't go down that way. We just go into media because it.
Well, back in the day, the Wallingford, we only had about 11 routes in Wallingford. Now we had, I think, like upwards of 70 plus the annex for media. They moved out to the annex, and then Wallingford was absorbed into the media post office right behind the theater.
Right.
But there weren't that many routes because there's just, I mean,
It's not that big of a.
It's not that big. It's also like a great big woods. I don't know how much you know about Wallingford. It's just like when you drive through it, like Rose Valley or where you live,
it's
or
very
where I
spread
used to
out,
live.
so.
It's spread out, but it's just like a great big forest. There's very little, except for the high school. There's very little open area in Wallingford.
Yeah.
It's just trees. It's really kind of pretty.
Yeah,
Nice.
We like it.
All right. So we've
anyway,
decided there's going to
so-
be political ads.
Yes. Well, I decided no. So there's
Okay.
2 yeses and 1 no. So, yeah, you hiding?
All right. Any
I'm
other?
just- getting it
Basement
ready.
Steps, so there are a lot of bobbleheads
There were before the flood, yes,
before the flood. Then they all floated up.
in the before
And
times.
you're like, oh my god, I shouldn't have had all as you're coming out.
Plugging
you're
some
like a
important pipe, yeah.
I'll get some. You know what? I forgot the ice. I gotta get some ice for this.
You have the big ice cubes.
Yeah, I do. I do have the big. You love this.
The ballers, yeah.
Yeah. So political ad, definitely. Who's the musical guest? Is
Usher.
it Usher.
Usher, yeah.
Do you guys know any? I don't know any Usher songs. Do you?
I'm
you
sure we
might.
do.
Isn't that?
I think he's with it. He's hip and with it like the kids.
No,
say.
no, no, really.
gonna
Yeah,
get
isn't
Brad,
yeah? It's yeah.
Vito.
Isn't the song yeah? Is,
Yeah.
Usher.
There's a song.
It's the one I know. He's a hell of a dancer, though. What do we got there?
Yeah.
Ooh, what you drinking? Seems to be something green.
There's a Carl Park for council on there.
Yeah.
Borough council.
They didn't want me. But can you imagine the what is it when they interviewed for that? It was a public. Can you imagine me be like, yeah, I'll take questions now, please.
Yes.
I'll take questions from you fuckers.
So, Councilman Park, if I had an issue with my neighbor because they would walk past the window without any clothes on, what would you do to help me?
First
deal
of
with
all, are they hot?
that? No.
Carl's like, I'm on my
Well
way.
then,
They have more than one flab. Is that how you would decide that?
what's the
Councilman Park,
what is
my trash didn't get picked up.
what is the boob to belly ratio? Wait, what?
Councilman Park, somebody stole out of my car. They stole stuff out of my car. What are you going to do about that?
The fact that doesn't, I wonder if this is absolutely flat, because the fact that I drop an ice cube in there and literally nothing, wow,
Sizzles?
like look. This might be ecto-cooler.
Ectoplasm.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
ecto-cooler.
It's wet.
And I don't want to move.
Don't pull the
Who hasn't been there?
Oops to
I think I
bell.
was just there today.
Yeah, I don't know any other real over-unders for the thing. You could do the coin toss. You know, who cares?
Green Bay Packers are going to win the coin toss.
Absolutely.
They always win. Yeah.
They always win.
They bring that
You'd have to sit
trick
there.
coin.
You'd have
yeah.
to sit there and count it. But how many times do you think? And someone will count it. How many times do you think they're going to like cut to Taylor Swift in that show? Probably 20.
Oh, in the
Easily.
first half.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're the NFL, you got to be like happy like a pig in shit.
Yeah.
There's people saying that she's going to just show up on stage with Usher, too. What do you think of that?
They're going to usher in.
Nah.
There you go. I heard.
I'm going to try this
Check,
stuff.
please. Yeah.
Check, please. All right. What
Ooh,
do
I
we
like
got?
the bouquet.
Okay, the bouquet?
Yeah.
And this was chosen by
the crowd.
by the viewers. You know. All right. Cheers. I don't,
Cheers,
I don't know what it is. It's not as flat as I thought it was going to be.
No, but
There's a little carbonation.
yeah.
Well, it's not bad considering I've left them out here during the massive cold, so they should be flat as shit.
And the massive warm.
It's sweet.
Yeah.
It's good. I think it's good.
It's fruity. Well, what kind of fruit is it like?
Kind of like
It's like a sophisticated Mountain Dew.
Yeah, it's like the Mountain Dew.
sophisticated Mountain Dew.
Yeah. The
Mountain
Mountain
Dew
Dew for
for
the more sophisticated palate.
Yes. For the
Mountain Dew's for the masses.
Keep
this
your-
is,
Yeah, yeah. This
Keep
is
your
not a
drink.
table yop. This is not a table wine.
this is a mountain wine.
Yeah. This is one of those Bartles and James wine coolers.
Bartles and
Yeah,
James.
remember Bartles and
Holy
James?
shit. We thank you for your support.
This is Mountain Don't. Yeah.
Yeah, Mountain never did.
No, that's not bad. That makes
So if we
sense.
want some Maker's Mark, we
make a
got to
good-
finish this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makers in this would be good.
It's a mild, no, I'm going to say some kind of honeydew in there,
I
too.
mean, it's
Some
better than
kinda-
that spicy.
The color's right.
Better than that spicy shit you gave me.
I'm going to go honeydew. I thought it was.
Oh my God, we had
Honeydew.
spicy soda.
That
one
was
night.
hard when I kept drinking it. That was the worst part.
Was it like a cinnamon or something?
It was no. It was like it was.
I think it was. It wasn't a
I thought it was
cinnamon?
like habanero or something. Like it was a pepper.
It was
It
was
tangy.
spicy.
Yeah. It was
Oh, anyway, that text I got was from Andrew. I told him that we were doing a cheesesteak thing, which we aren't. And he was gonna come knock on the door. And then he was like, "Oh, dude, I want to come." I'm like, "It's okay, don't worry."
Bring that up again.
Yeah. Unless you're coming with a cheesesteak.
Like I
would-
said,
Which could happen.
Could
I
happen,
suppose.
right? One
we
time-
could, you know what? We should have ordered it and put the guy.
Yeah.
he'd drop it off, and the guy comes
You're
on.
get on Pinocchio's. Or where are we
You
gonna
have to get a
it?
waiver to sign or anything? Or?
Yeah, yeah.
That's really a good idea.
That is a great idea.
I'll do that next time. Yeah, especially since Van Horn's. I mean, what a terrible problem to have. You have so many people like show up that you sell
But
out of
it's not like you
product.
surprised him. He knew.
Yeah, but if you're coming in with $20 and you want a cheesesteak and there's one left, I'm selling you the cheesesteak. You know, it's like a ticket. Be like, listen, I'm giving it to the
Marketing,
the guy.
it's an investment, though. Yeah, it's
Investment in the future. But right now,
Because
$20
I spoke to him yesterday or the day before about, listen, I'm like, you guys close at 7. This show's not until 10:30. So what's the best way for me to keep it warm? He's like, keep it wrapped up, put it in the oven, it'll be fine. You know, and you could just put it
The
on.
best
Like,
part is the cheese is all throughout the state.
dude, it really.
I mean,
it's, let's
it is
tell them more about how great it was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the
It was
rolls with
so
the
great. It was
sesame
just like
seeds.
it had that crisp on the outside, but it's soft on the inner.
inside. Oh,
It was like
and
a-
the fried onions.
Oh, it was like an angel crapped a rainbow in my mouth. It was so good. There you go.
there it is.
So I don't know what it is, but it's good.
Should we open it? Can we open it?
Sure. I don't. How do you open that with all the stuff?
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know. I have no idea how to open a wax ring cover.
Oh, is that how you do that?
Yeah.
Now the bottle's worthless. That collector's item.
No, it's like you still put it in.
Yeah. Listen to that. That's perfect.
Yeah.
Wow, look at you.
Lee, this one's for you. Not that he's listening, but
You want some?
Yeah, I love it. Sure. Absolutely. Thank you. To Lee.
To Lee.
Yeah, to Lee.
And to
Screenshot that.
After dark.
And to Taft Treats for Duck Rope.
Oh yeah.
So do you want to see? How do we do this? We see the bottle now. We
Sure.
want to
Yeah,
guess
what
it
is
or?
it?
All right, so
I'm gonna go
what do you
honeydew.
guess?
Honeydew, yeah.
I think you've leaned me in the direction.
Or some kind of melon. I don't know if I get specific on the melon.
All right, so let's take a look what we got. Okay, I'm gonna have to have somebody with better eyes
Oh,
read the ingredients, but it's Bug Barf.
Bud Bar.
Barf.
Bug Barf, everyone.
It's so disgusting.
Soda.
Totally
It's sodas.
gross soda. Yeah, that's what it says. Oh, you want me to read the nutritional facts? There is no nutritional fact in this thing. So the ingredients
Zero.
is carbonated water,
I detected that.
Oh
Yeah.
God, he drinks. How does he drink this all the time? Oh God.
pure cane sugar,
Oh.
I detected that.
natural and artificial flavorings and colors.
Who knew?
Yeah. Acid
can you
and
read that?
sodium.
Benzate.
Phosphate.
Phosphate.
For
Yeah,
sure.
definitely.
Oh, so you go in the dark.
So
Cool.
it's sugar. It's pure sugar.
Mm-hmm.
And natural and artificial flavoring.
I'm gonna take a look at that.
Yeah, yeah.
Bug Barf
Bug barf.
from the
All your
brand.
bug barf needs. You know, my son's best friend loves bugs and moss. I think I told you about the moss. You know, we took a hike through Ridley Creek State Park. We had to look at every moss, and of course, my son pulls out his pocket microscope so he can look at it.
Is it a little foldable one? The one that folds
No, it's
like
just
this?
straight out like this. Like you go on and has a little light. He got it from his.
Oh, like a legit microscope. Oh, I was thinking like.
I want that tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah, no. It's like a little pocket one.
Guys, this is kiwi pineapple. Kiwi pineapple.
Dude, it was good. dude.
Kiwi pie.
I'm hip.
Kiwis kind of get that sneak up on you
Yeah.
type of thing. I get it now, but I was thinking melon, but that's
Who lives in the pineapple under the sea?
yes.
Bob
Well
SquarePants.
done.
They sang that at the end of the show too during after curtain call, which I thought was funny.
Full circle, guys. Full circle.
Listen, shut up for a second.
If I were to say band's initials, what would the band be? The band's initials are MB. He's an expert at this. The band is MB. MB, people out there, all 4 viewers, I guess, which actually that reads the number wrong. I'm gonna
Not
pretend it
Motley
doesn't.
Blue. Okay.
No, not my MB.
I'm surprised we have 4.
I'm surprised I get hundreds at the end of the week. I'm just like, who watches?
MB.
Once in a while I catch myself watching it, and it's just in the background. And sometimes you and I'll be doing something, or you or whatever, and I'll actually giggle. I'm like, but I was there. Why am I laughing at this? There's
It's
some
funny
stuff.
again, yeah.
I really need a best of show, but I would have to sit down and
it's
watch
a lot of
400
work.
hours.
Would mothballs make it in?
Mothballs would make it. Yeah.
My kids still.
Well,
talk
Taft
about
Treats
mothballs.
made that cut. That was great. That might have been like the first real. Wait, no,
That was
it
my
wasn't
first.
even.
That was my first one time on.
That's
Can
the
we
first one.
actually at my house.
Moody Blues?
Very good.
Oh, look at that.
Well done.
Jeez.
Well done. Look at that.
Oh, who had somebody had it there too? Melissa had it. Yeah.
Oh, you looked on the thing.
Nice. Very good. Well
Melon
done.
ball. Oh.
Melon ball. This one's easy. CSNY. CSNY. Who is CSNY?
Crosby, Stills, Nash Young. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. That one's easy. Sometimes not the Y. It's like CSN and who's ever in jail at the moment.
Right.
That's how that.
Who's left? Who's left? Who's alive still? Somebody just had a birthday. One of them. Stills.
Still, Crosby's gone.
Yeah.
Neil Young's still around. He's like
Is he?
Neil Young is like the grandfather of grunge. You know, they love him. You know, they like.
I thought he was gone, but
I think
okay.
that grunge could have a grandfather. You know, I just
Well-
those two things don't go together.
Well, who would think that like the Traveling Wilburys are ending up to be that Bob Dylan might be the last surviving member of the Traveling
Yeah.
Wilburys? That's
Yeah.
the weirdest thing.
And who was it? We were having this discussion the other day. Roy Orbison was only in his 50s.
52.
when he died. That blew him. I thought he was around forever. It seemed
No,
like.
he's younger than you and me. I
Yeah,
think. I
yeah.
don't
he
know how
started with
young.
Sun Records, as I learned from $1 Million Quartet.
Right?
Right? He was the next one to come in.
Well, he had that big hit with Rick Rubin right at the end of his career. It's often it's like anything you want, I'll have it. Yeah,
the
that was
gospel song,
huge. It
yeah.
was a huge song with Rick Rubin, and then he just died. So,
I thought it'd be cool to make a musical of his life. Like
well, you don't know anything about it, so
that's, it.
that's
It'd be some
great.
cool thing. His sons are working on that. So I reached out and they're like, "Yeah."
Did
we
anyone
don't
ever do a
know
Johnny
anything.
Cash one, like a straight up Johnny Cash
Yeah,
musical?
what's it called? A
Well,
musical?
I mean, Walk the Line, yeah, but
Yeah,
not a
Walk-
musical.
no, not a musical.
It's
There's
somebody
Walk
must have-
Hard, the Dewey Cox story. That's a great movie. If you've ever seen that one.
which makes me think.
The Dewey Cox.
Have you ever seen the Dewey Cox? That's a great movie. That's with John C. Reilly. He's like, you don't want any of this. This is marijuana. He's like, well, I don't want to get addicted. It's not addicting at all. Well, I don't want to.
That's some good
Will it
sound
stop me
bites.
from having sex? It makes sex better. It's just everything he says makes it better and better and better. It's not habit forming.
Okay, more initials.
Oh, I can't believe he likes that shit. Oh God, it's so terrible. TC. It could also just be C, but it's more often a TC. TC. That would be the letters T,
And the password is?
C. And the password is Behemoth.
So not the Cure.
And then they go like this. He goes, password is Behemoth. And they're like, large. Behemoth? TC.
A lot comes to mind.
Sure. If there's a couple of them that you know.
The Cars.
Not the Cars, but that does work for it. So we'll call that
Can't be
correct.
Cars. I've never
But
heard
it
it
is,
called
but your
Cars.
first word is correct.
The Cure.
Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
It's
Are they known as Cure? Just Cure?
I think it's got to be the. That's why I said it could be. It's like the Cars. It's like it's the is part of the. It's like the. It's part of the's name is the
Right.
the
Tracy Chapman.
the.
Nice.
Ooh, that's a really
Nice.
good one.
I
That's a
didn't-
really good one.
Big comeback she just.
Yeah, that's the one we should sing. We should. I have that. I have
Yeah.
that one in the book.
Yeah,
we
it's
should.
now on a country station. Who would
Yeah,
have thought that
Dude, I'll tell you what.
Fast
Him
Cars would
singing
be on
it-
a country station?
I couldn't find the whole version of it. I could find like a minute and a half of it for some reason. I couldn't see but like she would sing it and then he would sing a little and then they would sing it together, which seemed like it didn't seem like they were pulling a harmony. It sounded like they were just hitting the melody together
Yeah.
at the same time. But it just put something on the back of your arm. It
it's-
really did.
It brought some memories,
Yeah,
I think,
brought something-
back.
I love that song to begin with. So
I
and I thought
remember-
it was a good.
Oh, it was a
remake
great
of it.
version. Yeah.
I mean,
I
think
remember vividly seeing her on Saturday Night Live. It was like, I think that came out in either 87. It came out at 87 or 88. I really remember seeing her on Saturday Night Live sitting on a stool playing
Yeah.
Fast Car. And then she did that Neil Diamond song, the song she covers. It's really great. But anyway, I saw her sitting just on a stool playing guitar and everyone loved it. And I was like, well,
Here it comes, yeah.
That's what I want to do. Okay, cool. 'Cause I would never.
I want to sit on a stool and play guitar.
I do.
Singer-songwriter, yeah.
Because
what could go wrong is what you're saying.
what could go wrong? Just a life of misery. A singer-songwriter. ZZT.
I'll let you have this one.
With that, I'll take ZZ Top for 100.
That's right. That's right. How about this one? C. Just the letter C. And it's not Cars and it's not.
Right, we've.
Oh, I must said the name. So what's C? Now let's narrow it down. It is a band from the past 25 years. So it's not older than 25 years ago. Like before 1990.
May I?
What?
Coldplay.
Yes.
Okay.
Coldplay, wow.
Now here's one: the TC versus C one. The Clash is the. We consider the
That's
Clash
another
the
one.
Clash or just the
The Clash, yeah.
Yeah, the Clash. Yeah.
That the bands were big for a while. That was a big name. Yeah, the bands.
This one's a little tougher.
All right.
This one's, I think, one hit wonder, mid 90s. I'm giving you some hints. CTD.
Crash Test Dummies.
Yeah, nice. Well done.
Wow. How'd you get that so fast?
Soundtrack of your time.
Yeah,
Holy
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Once there was a lawyer. He chased ambulances all over
Doctors comes to mind
media.
too. And what was their big hit?
Well, there's a Little Miss Can't Be Wrong, but the
Yeah.
big one was Two Princes.
Two Prince, yeah. No, that's not Crash. That's
No, that's the other one.
that's Crash Test Dummies. What was their big? Yeah.
Yeah. Although that whole album's spectacular. It's
Yeah.
one of the best mixed albums I've ever heard in my life. It is meticulously
And Spin
mixed.
Doctors coming. I'm hearing Spin Doctors. They were playing it. We were at the middle school show at Strathaven, and they have it's a band that's playing because it's Percy Jackson, so it's actually rock music. And they were playing all Spin Doctors, like all these '90s songs before the show, like
Spin Doctors' first album was huge, and then they came out with that second one, and it just bombed. Although it had a song on it called Cleopatra's Cat, where he does like scat. He's like boo da ba ba doo, and I thought it was clever. I thought it was cute, but like the public was not
They were
ready.
not ready
And
for
they're like,
Scat come back. Yeah.
Well, it's like Live. Live had like those first two albums, which were amazing, and then there's no reason like
They hit
Pearl
the
Jam,
wall,
Nirvana,
yeah.
Live. It should easily be in that group, and
Right.
also Local Boys. People
the Wet Sprocket too is the same way.
dude, Toad was a great band.
Yeah. And they sounded the same way. They played live, and they sounded the same, and people didn't like
I
it.
was listening to them just today. I love Toad
Yeah.
the Wet Sprocket, named from a Monty Python
Monty
skit.
Python, exactly.
You knew that?
Yes. Well, come on. That's misspent youth there. Yes.
I'd like to buy a book. Yes, Edgar the Aardvark goes quantity surveying.
Yeah. The Tale of Two Titties by Daryl's Chickens. I can't read. Sit down. I'll read it to you.
FYC.
Fine Young Cannibals.
Well
Very,
done.
yes.
Are you really
That's-
good in the 90s?
Yeah, yeah.
Look at you. Yeah. I'll give you-
Are you going to do They Might Be Giants next? Because I got.
I think they might be Giants.
Yeah.
That's my alarm on my phone. My phone is
they-
they might be Giants. I love
Istanbul is Constance.
I'm your friend, and I'm a little glowing friend.
Yeah, Glow.
Blue
yeah.
Canary and the light by the light switch. Who watches over you?
After we talked about that a couple weeks ago, I got my tape out. I mean, I'm trying to figure out how to
Tape?
play. Yeah, I was trying to figure out how to play the tape, but luckily I had it on my iPod.
What do I do with this 78?
My wife's like,
Just-
you still have tapes? I'm like, I don't know what to do.
Just
I had
put it by the
I had
8-track
Case
over there.
Logic, the Case Logic case, and there is nowhere to play a tape.
So let's say tapes were commonly used, let's say 40 years ago.
No,
Easily 40.
No, 80s and 80s.
But I'm saying not in the 40s. I mean 40 years ago. Like
Yeah.
tapes.
Was
like,
the 80s 40 years ago?
Yeah. Well, here's where I'm going.
I
So,
used to tape off the radio,
Yeah,
so you could see me, hear me, like listen, be like, go to it now.
but they started like in the set. But I'm thinking, is the
8-track
tape
was-
as far back for us as the 78 was for us? Like
Yeah.
I mean,
the 78's going back to the 70s.
70s.
Yeah.
well, no. The
8-track.
33, the 33s are in the 70s. 33 long play, but the set like the double speed 78s are from like the 20s and 30s. They're like,
Oh, okay.
"Oh,
okay.
you know,
I love that song.
I remember getting inheriting my sister's stereo in the late 80s when she went to college, and it had an 8-track. Yeah, so.
Did I 8-track in my sedan DeVille,
And
my
those-
Cadillac?
On
Yep.
that helpless plug, if anybody has any old speakers or old stereo equipment that they might want to have seen on the Media Theater stage for free, we are trying to find road
Everything.
cases, speakers, anything that might
I told
look
you, like,
musical
what's his name?
to decorate the stage with for School of Rock.
I didn't
So
even think it was real. It got
you
shared
drop
with
something
me.
off, and we'll give you a ticket opening weekend. Or,
Give 'em two-
well,
give 'em two
if you drop 2 things off, we'll give you 2 tickets. And do not cut the thing in half. It's got to be a solid thing. Oh, wait till Lee.
Now you're giving them ideas.
Wait till Lee gets knocked on the door, and all of a sudden there's like a stream of people be like, "I have."
And guys, write this down. This is
His
Lee's
head's
home
gonna-
number.
Yeah, this is Lee's cell phone number.
610.
Yeah.
That would require him to answer it.
For a good time.
TH. TH, gentlemen. TH. What do you think,
We're almost tied
TH?
here, right? Like I'm doing.
TH.
pretty
Oh,
You're
I've
killing it, yeah.
been keeping score, but yeah, I mean,
You're at the 90s, you're killing it. Yeah.
TH.
good. Oh, this is not a 90s one, is it?
No, no, this is not a '90s one. Although they
They were-
toured through the '90s. I've actually worked with this one. I think. No, this one I didn't.
The Hooters?
No, but that's good. Also, that's another one.
From
The
Springfield,
Thus.
you know they're from Pennsylvania.
They're from, yeah.
I have 3 out of my 4. I need 1 Hooter left to get my Hooter collection. You know, I even have their sound mixer. You know, the Turk over
Are
at
you talking
John's.
about Hooters the band, or are you talking about Hooters the
No,
restaurant?
no.
Oh.
Well, to just have 3 Hooters would be kind of weird. Not possible.
I mean, yes.
What are we on Mars?
I lost my sound effects.
What? Oh no.
Oh, no.
That's why I haven't been making sound effects lately. I was going to make my own sound effects, but I thought that'd be creepy.
Then he switched you to T-Mobile.
Talking about?
Yeah.
Who cares what he's talking about? Who cares about any of this crap?
You son of a bitch.
All right.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, I put it on Braxby.
Yeah,
Put it on-
yeah.
Go for it. TH.
TH.
What do you got?
TH. From the let me see, the lead singer Dave Byrne. David Byrne, lead singer of the Talking
Oh, Heads. Yeah.
Talking Heads. I'm thinking the again.
Yeah. Thank you. It did. Yes, it did.
TP. This is another.
Is this a the one or
this
no?
is another the. This is a
Okay.
TP. This is another T band. So it's so this is like what do you call it? Like Wheel of Fortune, you know. And I
I'd like
love
to buy Val. Can I buy a Val?
Article. The.
I love Wheel of Fortune. It comes on right after Jeopardy because Jeopardy makes you feel like the dumbest fuck on the planet, and then Wheel of Fortune comes on, and then you watch the dumbest fucks on the planet.
That's because Press Your Luck is no longer on. No whammy. No whammy.
Yes, Alex, I'll take things only I know for 200.
Why is there only
All right.
2 columns? And why is there only 2?
I saw the chat, so I can't.
Oh, you saw it?
Yeah.
It's
I
someone-
looked up.
but
It's right there. Yeah.
it's the police.
yeah.
Oh, Tom Petty.
Tom.
I never
But
thought
yeah,
about
but then
Tom
it's
Petty.
in the Heartbreakers. You can't. It's Tom Petty and then Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers.
That's
so,
right. They
yeah.
did do that. I think that's pretty much my list. You made it through. There's SG. Yeah, I'll tell you what. You guys are 90s. I would have got this. SG. What's-
Soundgarden.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, but that's one word. That shouldn't be.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. So that's
They were big in the '90s, weren't they?
they're one of the best
I
singers
can't-
ever.
Remember Seal? Too Seal was big in the '90s. Thinking of Sound.
Batman
Sound.
movie.
But I remember
Crazy.
there was some issue between the lead singer of Soundgarden and Seal. I don't know. what
Really?
it was. Yeah.
Seal, the singer Seal? Really?
Yeah, like because it was completely different music. Soundgarden.
Totally.
God. Now you bring back.
Seal did
memories.
that Batman Returns.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a Kiss from a Rose. Yeah.
Also, a waltz, which you never hear a waltz in rock and roll anymore.
No. Yeah.
What?
Kiss from a Rose.
Oh, yeah.
Na, na,
It's a
na,
waltz.
na, 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 na. It's- Yeah, it's the weirdest thing. It's just like, this is weird. That was from Batman.
Fantastic song.
That was from blah, 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 blah. That was from.
These are very long. I'm going back to the other one.
Yeah, go ahead.
I like the short ones, except for Chris.
Now always associate that with cheesesteak at the.
Among other things.
All right, this one's super obscure, tough. I know it, but if you guys get this, I'm really surprised.
All right.
SNZ.
Oh, I know it.
Get the fuck out. You know this
yeah,
one?
I'm very big. I love this band. Squirrel Nut
Really?
Zippers, yeah.
Squirrel Nut Zippers.
Holy
Oh my
shit.
God.
Not many Z's out there. So.
Okay, I got one. I got one.
Oh, please.
All right.
DM. M is in Mary.
Depeche
DM.
Mode?
Oh, that's a good one.
That's
but
a good
no.
one, yeah.
Nope. DM, a little bit more local.
Oh.
DeMalls,
Yeah,
but
a
that
little
was
bit
in
more
the 80s.
obscure too. Not necessarily. We have talked about it, Carl. You and I have talked about this band, and
I'm not. I'm so stuck on
Depeche Mode
yeah,
was a good one though.
Yeah, that's a great one, yeah. TM, local.
local,
Yeah.
not a solo singer band.
Nope, no band. Kind of obscure. Big in the early '90s. Kind of on the other side.
Oh, I know. Okay, got
Yeah.
it. Thank you. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
you had to lead me down that track, but I
yeah,
got
yeah,
it.
yeah.
My friend just opened for them.
Really?
Yeah, Rob Birch. He opened for them in what do you call it? Somewhere in Philly. I forget where, but it was like Decontrol opening for Dead Milkmen.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
yeah.
Big lizard in my backyard. You
Yeah,
should
big-
see him shit.
Yeah, I missed that youth there.
Dave
And-
Matthews.
Yeah, Dave
That's-
Matthews, but that'd be DMB. Yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
because it's the band. That's right.
Yeah, I remember
And his
seeing.
drums.
So my good friend.
Oh, jeez. What's happening?
Oh,
Depeche Mode, yeah.
scrolling. Somebody else got it. But
There we go.
a good friend of mine back in the day was their Dave Matthews, the band Langsteiner. So he toured. Literally, they toured for 5 years straight. I mean, all over the world, everywhere. This kid, we met him. I had been working on. What was the name? There was a PBS show about a dog that we were lighting.
Clifford.
No. Not the, what was it? It was like a.
His
little-
Big Red Dog.
Yeah, that was a Big Red Dog. And Dave Matthews came into Rutherford, New Jersey, to the Continental Center to do a PBS special. So they brought the designers in to do it. And afterwards, they're like, "Hey, do you guys want to go on tour with us?" Now I'm like, "No, I'm not. This is my fun." So, but a friend of mine took him up for 5 years. Then he got married. And his wife's like, no. And so
That must have been fun though. That's
yeah,
tours
so
like that are young man's
so
game.
Tour like that,
Like
yeah,
6
yeah.
months later, he's down at the National Theater. He's on staff of the National Theater in D.C. And he
Wow.
calls me up. It's like July. And he's like, Joe, do you know where I am? I'm like, no. He's like, I'm outside the Capitol. I'm lighting the Marine Corps band with 6 scoop lights. Scoop lights, Joe. I used to light concerts, and I'm now lighting the Marine Corps band with 6 scoop lights, old school egg-shaped scoop lights, not even LED. He's like, no, this was back in the.
He's like, are they like arc lights? What are they?
Yeah, they're like the big scoop lights,
Yeah.
like big eggshells. Yeah,
Yeah.
they were incandescent lights still, but they
Like
lit them
64
up.
cans or something like
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
He's like, this is what I've been going to. Yeah. So he's still working for the National Theater, doing very well. But yeah, 3 kids, but it's just funny that he toured. I mean, he was that guy. Like when Dave Matthews came in, I was a huge Dave Matthews fan. So I was like, he's like, you cannot. He's like, when he runs by, do not throw yourself on him. I'm like, but you can't do this to me. He's
Do
like,
not
"I'll
look
get
him
you a
directly
free-
in the eye.
Yeah, I'll get you a free shirt.
Dude,
So
we had so many.
we had the best. I mean, we had the best. We went everywhere. I mean, and they would
Oh, I
jam for
bet.
hours,
Yeah.
and every concert was different. Like they would come back, and then they did Dave Matthews and Friends. Think of this: the lead guitarist singer of Fish. What was his name?
I don't know, but I
Anastasia.
mean, I have friends that
and,
love.
Dave Matthews. They toured together, and that was the most.
Bunch of jam bands,
Yeah,
yeah.
and I forget who else they had, but it wasn't the whole Dave Matthews Band. I think they kind of separated for a little while, and Dave went on tour with these like Timmy Reynolds.
The weed per diem must have been amazing.
The Contact High was awesome. You
Wow.
know, so
This show is flying by. And we are at 11:30. Jeez.
No, yeah, we're over time actually.
We didn't even do an intermission.
No, we didn't.
Well, Carl did leave a couple times.
I mean, I
That's
did.
true.
I'll let,
Yeah, yeah.
I'll let
Carl
you guys.
still owes us a cheesesteak.
I do.
You know, by midnight tonight, I believe I'd like a
I know.
cheesesteak.
Let's go over.
Union rules.
I tell you what. In all honesty, I came really close to like going over to the old state and having them
I thought
restaurants.
you were going to do that. That's what I thought.
That's what a leader would have done.
I took a
That's what, yeah, that's, you know, I mean,
Oh, fuck yeah.
It's that song is ruined for me now.
yeah, right, you're not going to be able to use
what he
that
does.
anymore, are you?
That's what he does.
I ruin a lot. I'm a lawyer. That's what I do. I ruin things.
Little earworms. Just kidding.
This is, have you destroyed 10 dreams today?
Yeah,
Perhaps
yeah.
you should.
And not
I'm on
only
number
destroyed
9.
them, but I charge for it too, you know?
Joe can destroy more dreams by 6 in the morning than most people do all day.
Yes, yes. 3 texts and an email, and you're pretty much done.
Yeah. There are those text and emails that. Yeah, I think you guys finished up all the bands.
Wow.
There you go. I
I'm
mean,
gonna make my own up.
I didn't have a ton. I didn't have a ton of them, but there's the Squirrel Zippers and
Lawyers
SD.
ruin what? Lawyers ruin.
Yes, we do. That's,
They do.
I had a client, he told me he was going to hire another lawyer to make things less confusing. I told him, I'm like,
Good luck with
yeah,
that.
Don't hire a
you don't really
lawyer.
know- you don't really know what we do you? You know, so a couple lawyer jokes to end with, you know,
Hit
always
me.
good. So there was a sentencing going on. Guy got convicted of burglary, and the lawyer's trying to keep him out of jail. And so he goes, Judge, really, it was just his arm that broke the plane and stole out the window. So really, it should just be his arm that gets sentenced. So the judge is like,
Makes sense.
that makes sense. So he's like, I send your defendant's arm to 2 to 4 years, and if the rest of them would like to go with him, you're more than welcome. Well, the guy detached his fake arm, put it on the bar of the court, and walked out. Then there's the homicide trial, speaking of murder, where they didn't find the body. Or the cat. And so the defense attorney's at closing arguments, and he's losing miserably. He's like, what do I do? What do I do? So he gets up. He's like, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, in 30 seconds, the man who's presumed dead is going to walk through that door. And so he waits 30 seconds, the longest 30 seconds of any trial, turns and says, all of you, ladies and gentlemen, all of you turn there. He's not going to walk through the door, but turning shows reasonable doubt. So the jury goes back, deliberates, comes back in an hour later, and convicts this guy of murder. So the defense attorney goes up. He goes to the foreman. He goes, what happened? He's like, everybody looked. He's like, yeah, everybody but your client. You're welcome. You're welcome. That's all I got. Did you just use
Nice.
the Mickey Mouse on me?
I did.
You've been Mickey Moused.
Yeah. No, you couldn't use the Law and Order one?
Yeah.
Who's your daddy?
Indeed.
Brian, what you got going on? Anything interesting before we cut you loose?
Nah, not tonight. No.
Cool beans. How about you?
Yeah, so the School of Rock and the Music
Yes,
of Cinderella
yes.
opens next week. Bring your kids. It's going to be great.
I should probably get to work on that.
Yeah. I hear the sound design is really good.
Yeah. Well, here's
So
hoping.
that opens next weekend. 2
One
shows.
hell of a carriage, actually. I saw it.
It is.
Great carriage, actually. The thrones look good, so I think the kids are really ready. And then School of Rock opens next month. And also, we're going to do a Golden Age Musicale.
That's right.
Limited run, 2 days.
When is that?
The 3rd and 10th of March, or Sundays, I believe at 1 p.m. About an hour and a half show. We're gonna have some professional actors as well as some really talented young actors from our youth ensemble. 2 in particular share the same
And is
last
that
name.
on the main stage or in the Crystal Room?
That is on the main stage. Directed by our very own Mary Kate Foley, our head of director of education.
Nice.
So it was very nice, and invited my kids to. I believe my daughter will be singing from Annie.
Oh, you know what they say about kids.
Only one?
So that's coming up in the theater. So
Oh, damn it.
There's also a jazz release party on March 3rd in the Crystal Room. I'll have details on that later. That'll be on social media, I'm sure.
and coming up
Very
in the
cool.
far future, May 5th.
That's on March 3rd as well.
Yes, it is. It's
And
just
because we're also rehearsing the band for School of Rock on March 3rd, I believe. So we're doing all of
to the second of.
Oh, these things on the same day. Yay.
yeah.
That's great. It's going to be like.
Cha-ching. Yeah, put the money one.
Oh no.
And
yeah.
then May 5th, Terry Reid and the American Derelicts. Terry Reid fronted
that is
for
in the
Jimmy
Crystal
Page.
Room.
Yeah, that is in the Crystal Room on May 5th. That will be an interesting one. So it's
Yeah, I'm
very
not
good
sure how
show.
we're going to work that exactly, but we'll do something
It's
for
a
it.
Tuesday.
It's a Tuesday. It's a 100-person room. You'll hear them. They'll make noise.
Yeah.
Honestly, they're going to make a lot. If I have if we're gonna take over under that, those windows are gonna friggin' rattle in that room.
Luckily, we got them replaced because otherwise they'd rattle out. Like
You're going to blow them out.
Yeah. Well, we do have a disclaimer in the contract that if he does blow a window out, he must replace it. Yeah, that's in there. Because the guy who writes our contracts very specific. So.
Yes, I was there for one of those. Oh, and that's other thing. The Comic-Con, Mark's Comic-Con is coming in to show Back to the Future on, I think,
real
Friday the 13th. Is that right? No, Friday the 12th, I think, of April. And
That's so cool.
he's going to park a DeLorean out front, and there's going to be a costume contest, and one of the stars from Back to the Future is going to go up, and I don't know who's interviewing her. Maybe it's me. We'll see. And then I'm actually at the Comic-Con the next day with a table with Dad. We're going to do this. We're going to broadcast all day from the Comic-Con.
Sweet.
Yeah, I'll be sick of it by the time.
And there's an FX special on DeLorean. On John DeLorean.
And they're making a new one. And they're making
the whole
new
thing
DeLorean.
it's actually very interesting.
Best DeLorean joke is like you buy the car and they're like, what was it back? This is back in the 80s. You buy the car and the car was however much it was expensive. And they're like, I thought there was a rebate for it. And he's like, yeah, the rebate's in the trunk. So you need to know the story of DeLorean to get that joke.
Yeah.
But I always thought it was clever.
There's a flux capacitor in the trunk, right?
Yeah, I mean, how often do you get to tell a DeLorean joke? I thought it was the coolest car ever. It was like right off of a Matchbox. It's like that's what with the gull wing doors.
It was
and
the
everything.
dream car for all the
Until they actually the practicality of it was.
Yeah, I mean, it's the whole.
You can't park anywhere.
Yeah, it's sort of like the Ford Pinto,
Now that's a dream too.
Yeah, well,
it's a dream.
No, DeLorean was a dream. The Pinto was a nightmare.
Yeah, well, you could back it into on suicide runs, but that's about it.
Speaking of lawyers, yeah.
Oh,
And this show brought to you by the law offices of journalism.
Oh yeah, I gotta get that. If you need a lawyer, if you need a lawyer badly,
call me.
if you need a lawyer badly, there's
Call
a bad
somebody else
lawyer
if
for
you
you.
need- Yeah, right.
Do you have to say the word bad twice?
So
I
call
like
you
myself
for
somewhat good,
call you for murder 1, 2, or 3. Got it? Okay.
Those are good ones.
Those are
And
good
don't
ones.
talk to the police.
No,
Did you
do
hit
not.
that button?
What?
Who hit the button? What?
That was like the phantom button.
Fan a button. Hey, have you ever seen a ghost? Have you ever seen a ghost?
Oh yes, on the balcony in the Media Theater.
Have you?
Back in 1996, it was 2 o'clock in the morning. I was the only one there on the Genie lift because we didn't have a bar that came down like you guys do now. And I looked over, and there were people on the balcony. There was nobody else in that theater. I know there wasn't. I was the only one there, and there were 2 people, a woman and a man, and they weren't looking ghostly. They looked very real. And I remember Patrick Ward at the time came to me, he's like, Joe, you left the theater open. I'm like, listen, bears and ghosts I don't do. Because I used to joke when I was a scout leader, the kid in the front of the pack would be like, shouldn't I have the bear spray because I'm in the front? I'm like, you are the bear spray.
Yeah. No, you.
They're like, no, when you take the training, they say you should play dead. I'm like, really? Just the person in front should play dead. Everybody else should run. Their ass off.
Well, that's the thing.
As long as I can run faster than you.
Time that you can't finish eating
You don't need to be faster than the bear.
Yeah,
Just
you said
faster than you.
Yeah. I had a good friend. He's like, why do you take me? I was like, because you can't run.
You can't. I'm sorry. That's
I got you.
I mean, I'm not trying to be lie. I don't lie. But the same thing with these ghosts. The lights were still on. Patrick's like, I came in. There was still the light I was working on.
Was hanging
on.
there?
Yeah, hanging and on, and not safety chain because I left. I got down the Genie lift, which didn't have the outriggers out. Don't tell Lee that. And
That's terrifying,
I held
dude.
out the back door, and that was it. I saw.
Jackie and I were in there about a couple months ago, and somebody was upstairs in the dressing rooms, and there was nobody in the dressing rooms, but we heard the door open and the toilet flush or something, and we're like, the fuck?
Yeah.
And there's like 2 in the morning, like you.
That's
2 in the
our
morning.
regular ghost.
There's
Get it?
nobody. Yeah.
A ghost that goes to the bathroom.
Bathroom, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I didn't think
He's
ghosts-
regular.
Yeah. I didn't think ghosts need to go to the bathroom. And then did you go in? Was there a smell?
Yeah, it smelled like a ghostly like, fart.
Ghastly.
What?
Why are you not hitting a fart?
Got mail.
Sorry, that was a double hit.
Blair, you got one? You ever see a ghost?
No, I've never seen. You always get that sensation. I worked Eastern State Penitentiary one Halloween, and
Oh, you did the Halloween thing. That's cool.
did the Halloween thing there, and it was interesting because I was one of the last people out of the rotunda. And they had that, we all were wired up, and we're like, okay, everybody back. We get the cast back. So I'm rounding up everybody, and I'm making a last pass to make sure no one's, staying behind the night or whatever like that. And and they would always say stuff like, whatever you do, don't look in the towers. No one's in the towers, but if you look in the towers, your mind plays with. I could tell you, we walked by some of the cells, and hair would go up on your arm. Yeah, there was definitely something in there. Yeah, no doubt about it. That place is 100% haunted.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow, what an asshole.
Oh man. man.
There's a fella, I forget the fella's name. I'm friends with him on Facebook. He does the haunted media. He takes you all around media of all the places it's haunted.
Wow,
He's this Scottish, no, English. He's this English fellow from, I forget where he's from. He's from
England?
Wales. Yeah, from England. Yes! Very good.
We did a ghost
sir.
story
Ding, ding, ding,
in
ding.
Ireland. Like a lot of those towns all have ghost stories.
Sure.
Dude, those ghosts have got to be bored by now. They're like, over here, they've been dead maybe 200 years. Over there, it's been like, I've been haunting this for 1,000.
Here comes the tour.
Oh my God, these kids are playing ska again. Oh, enough with the trumpets.
So do they make us stop at the media theater? The ghost tour, they should make us
They
stop at the
should.
media
They
theater.
should. We got a
I'm
couple.
telling you, I don't believe in ghosts. I don't. I swear.
See, I say this.
that
My wife used to make so much fun because I'd be like, I don't believe in ghosts. I've only seen them 4 times. She's like, that doesn't make sense. I'm like, no, it doesn't.
What was it? A couple months ago, was it? There was somebody upstairs, and all of a sudden, all the microphones fell off of the big table, the conference table upstairs. And they have
The
a
whole
video of it.
table fell.
Yeah, the whole table went over.
I was up there. It was
think it was on
Oliver and
his
his daughter
daughter.
was there, and
Yeah.
that table just decided to go no. Now, granted, it's held there by gravity.
Yeah.
So things can happen. Like if you were to like, that big boat table up in that room. If you
Yeah,
leaned
yeah.
on that, if you like sat on the edge of that table, like
Oh, that thing's going down. Yeah.
it's going down, and you're going down ass over teacups with it.
I have several times. Don't use it as a step stool, as I've learned.
No, this is not a step. That's like that top thing on a ladder. This is not a step.
Well, why did they put that there then?
I say, hold my beer.
Oh, watch
That's why there are
this.
two kinds of people in this world: people who see yellow lights and think speed up and get through it, and people who see yellow lights and slow down and stop.
And then the people behind
When do you
them,
think I am?
well, the one behind the guy that stops, and then you rear end them.
Yeah, I'm that guy too. Yeah.
I don't know when we'll see you guys again. I'm sure we'll see you before the
Wednesday.
elections and stuff. Well, yeah, that.
Before the elections?
No, but I'm just saying on here. Do you who do you think is going to win the elections? We'll end with that. Do you think it's going to be old white guy 1 or old white guy 2?
Can I hit none of the above?
Dude, what is should there be an age limit? Should there be an upper age limit?
Yes.
Yeah. What should it be?
Well, I mean, judges in Delaware and
Oh,
Pennsylvania
really?
is 75.
Really?
It used to be 70. They raised it to 75. Yeah.
I never knew that.
Age.
Yeah, and then go enjoy life. Go
Fair,
enjoy life.
fair, yeah.
And that's not nearly as taxing a job as
Oh.
the president of the United States.
I mean, you watch them come out of there, and they're grayer than me. It's crazy.
You look at all of them. You look at George Bush, Barack Obama. They go in 8 years before, and then all of a
But-
sudden
but-
they age
and-
like 80 years. And
But they are in that classic part of their lives where that's going to happen.
I know.
You hit a wall, right?
Still,
Yeah.
That's when you lose your.
I mean, you're 24/7. I mean, you live at your office.
And you're going to be the scapegoat for anything that goes wrong. You're the face of America.
For years, yeah.
82 and 77. Those are or 78 and 82, right? I think Biden is 82.
He's 82.
Is he really? Oh,
And I think Trump is 78 because he'd be 82 at the end. Yeah. That's just-
exactly.
Yeah.
We're having a moment of silence now for our
For the
country.
country. I mean, it's not James Buchanan. I mean, if you look at the history of our country, we've had some really interesting presidents.
Andrew Jackson.
Andrew Jackson, Andrew Johnson.
There's William Henry Harrison. He only was president for 70 days.
Yeah. It would have been 69. but-
Smart guy. Yeah. How do I get out of this contract?
Well, he
Right.
dies.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He gave a speech in the snow, and he gave a 2-hour speech in the
Franklin
snow.
Pierce from New Hampshire. I mean, there was some.
And that's a real
doozies
man.
Before Lincoln.
God, I don't know Franklin Pierce. I
Yeah,
don't know
that's,
much.
kind of a ladies' man from New Hampshire
Hey,
more than anything else.
how do you not? How do you? That's the one. I figured you said ladies' man and not play the official ladies' man.
Oh yeah, well, I was waiting for the end for that one. I'll
All
do it
right.
one
Well,
more
consider
time.
this the end. Hey,
Yeah. Should I do it? I can't
Sure.
find it. I can't find it. Which one
they're
is
going
it?
to mute
Which
half
one
my
is it?
fucking show. Tune in next week for this cheese stakeout. For real this time.
You gotta get them beforehand.
Dude, I'm going to get them maybe I'll get them the day before. I don't want to get them the day before. That'll fuck up the rolls. I mean, I figured a couple hours would be great, but I never expected they'd run out.
I don't know.
What other place can we shut down and just endorse and just
Shut down.
The media theater.
Don't.
whatever you do?
Not even funny. Anyway,
It's a little bit funny.
it's a little bit funny. It's funny the way that, like death is funny, death and taxes. So thanks for coming on, guys. Fun times
for having
at the El
me.
Royale. And that was, and our, our kiwi pineapple soda, which I thought was actually,
Not bad at all.
no, not bad. I keep expecting something that's going to make us throw up. And I really want something terrible.
Every time I've
How
been
many
here,
more do
it's
you have
been
left?
fine.
In there, I had 24, so I think I've got maybe like 10 left. Plus, I got 2 here. I got 2 sitting right here. What, you want to do another one?
No.
You got to get home. You got like 9 million things to do. The hardest working dad. He's like, I'm gonna go bike riding and then take my kids to lessons, and then we're gonna go see SpongeBob, and then we're gonna go hang out at Carl's. I mean, busy motherfucker.
Keeps me out of trouble.
I highly